Tornado Alley is a term that refers to a region of the United States and Canada where tornadoes are most frequent and often deadly. But what exactly defines Tornado Alley and where is it located? There is no official or agreed upon boundary for Tornado Alley. Different sources may use different criteria to identify which areas are more prone to tornadoes. Some of the factors that may influence the definition of Tornado Alley are the number of tornadoes per area, the intensity of tornadoes, the frequency of tornado outbreaks, the fatalities and damages caused by tornadoes, the climatic and geographic features that favor tornado formation. One of the earliest uses of the term Tornado Alley was in 1952, when a research project studied severe weather in Texas, Louisiana, Oklahoma, Kansas, South Dakota, Iowa, and Nebraska. These states are often considered the core of Tornado Alley, as they experience high numbers of strong and violent tornadoes, especially in spring and early summer. However, some studies have expanded the definition of Tornado Alley to include other states, such as Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Indiana, Missouri, Arkansas, Ohio, and eastern portions of Colorado and Wyoming. These states may have fewer tornadoes overall, but they can still experience devastating tornado outbreaks, such as the 2011 super outbreak that affected Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee. Some researchers have also suggested that there may be more than one Tornado Alley in the U.S. For example, some have identified a southern Tornado Alley that covers parts of Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee, and Georgia. This region has a higher risk of deadly tornadoes than the Great Plains Tornado Alley, due to factors such as higher population density and more mobile homes, more nocturnal and rain-wrapped tornadoes that are harder to see, and more frequent occurrence of tornadoes in winter and fall when people are less prepared, more complex terrain and vegetation that can affect tornado detection and movement. Another possible Tornado Alley is the Dixie Alley that overlaps with the Southern Tornado Alley but extends further east to include parts of Florida, South Carolina, and North Carolina. This region has a different tornado season than the rest of the U.S., peaking in November and March. The tornadoes here are often associated with tropical cyclones or cold fronts. In summary, Tornado Alley is not a fixed or official location, but a general term that describes areas where tornadoes are more common and destructive. Depending on the source and criteria used, Tornado Alley may vary in size and shape. However, it is important to remember that tornadoes can occur anywhere in the US and Canada, so everyone should be aware of the signs and safety measures for tornadoes. One of the most devastating effects of climate change is the increase in extreme weather events, such as tornadoes. Tornadoes are violent rotating columns of air that can reach speeds of over 300 miles per hour and cause massive destruction along their paths. Tornadoes are most common in the United States, especially in a region known as Tornado Alley, where the atmospheric conditions are favorable for thunderstorms that spawn tornadoes. However, in recent years, scientists have observed some changes in the location and frequency of tornadoes in the U.S., especially in the southeast. According to some studies, Tornado Alley is shifting eastward and expanding into new areas, such as Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, Tennessee, and Kentucky. This region is sometimes called Dixie Alley, and it has experienced more frequent and deadly tornado outbreaks in the past decade. What is causing this shift? Scientists are still investigating the exact causes and mechanisms, but some of them point to climate change as a possible factor. Climate change is altering the temperature and moisture patterns in the atmosphere, which affect the formation and behavior of thunderstorms. For example, climate change may increase the amount of water vapor in the air, which can fuel more intense storms. Climate change may also affect the jet stream, a high-altitude wind that influences the movement and direction of weather systems. Some researchers suggest that climate change may weaken or alter the jet stream, making it more wavy and erratic. This could create more opportunities for warm and moist air from the Gulf of Mexico to collide with cold and dry air from Canada, creating the ideal conditions for tornadoes. Another factor that may contribute to the shift is urbanization. As more people move to cities and suburbs, they create more heat islands, areas that are warmer than their surroundings due to human activities and structures. Heat islands can affect local weather patterns and create more instability and wind shear in the atmosphere, which are favorable for tornado formation. The shift of tornado activity from Tornado Alley to Dixie Alley has serious implications for millions of lives and homes. The Southeast is more densely populated and less prepared for tornadoes than the Great Plains. The Southeast also has more trees and hills that can obscure the visibility of tornadoes and hamper warning systems. Moreover, many buildings in the Southeast are not designed or reinforced to withstand strong winds and flying debris. All these factors increase the vulnerability and risk of people living in Dixie Alley. Therefore, it is crucial to raise awareness and preparedness for tornadoes in the Southeast, as well as to reduce greenhouse gas emissions that contribute to climate change. By doing so, we can protect ourselves and our communities from the expanding threat of tornadoes.